Disciplinary matter, all club licensees that have failed to file an application for a change of officers, directors as required by Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 15A. So, come on up. Okay, Thomas Moore. Well, we can go through some of these quickly.
Okay.
So, sit.
Do you want to?
Sure, why not? So I've received a completed application from the Polish American Club. I excused the Marsh Post because their elections are in August and they'll submit the application at that time. I'm sorry?
Is the phone number also?
Yeah.
Also up here also?
Yeah.
You can just have a seat in the front row. We'll get to you.
Yeah.
Notre Dame has just submitted the application. Right, so we just got that. I still need the hearing fee and the quarry fees. Massasoit Elks has submitted everything, and I've been told that the Philharmonica is working on it.
Okay. So let me start with you. If you can tell me your name and first spelling your first name and last name and where you're from, please.
My name is Angelo, Firenze, Angelo, Firenze, and I'm the treasurer of the Dante Aleghieri Society.
The Dante?
Dante Aleghieri.
That place.
Treasurer doesn't mean I can spell it. And
With you is
Salvatore and Bramante, so B is in Bravo.
Spell your first name
Okay,
and your last name.
S-A-L-V-A-T-O-R-E.
Yep.
Last name is B is in Bravo, R-A-M-A-N-T-E. And I'm the VP of Administration
At where?
at Dante Alighieri.
And do you have any of your paperwork with you this evening?
I just became treasurer. I was elected. In fact, I've been elected
Like,
yet.
yeah.
We're in the middle of.
When were you elected?
Right now.
So they didn't tell you. They didn't tell you about all of
They
this.
didn't tell me about this.
Step forward and everybody else step back.
That's what I get for missing that meeting. But anyway, we also have a new president. And in the transition, the new president took over in April. And in the transition, we got this notification about having to fill out all of this paperwork. And it's sort of been bouncing around internally. I just saw it just recently, trying to figure out what we were supposed to do and what we weren't supposed to do, because we've had this liquor license for many, many years. We've never had to do this in the past. And so we were trying to. I'm sorry?
That's not true.
Well, if we've had to do it,
It hasn't been done.
it hasn't been done, okay. We were confused because, for example, it says all of the boards, members of the board of directors, and the Dante has 22 directors. Okay. And so plus officers, plus directors emeritus, etc. And so trying to get all 22 of us together to do this is a mammoth task, because at any one particular board meeting, we may have only 8 or 10 members there.
Right.
And so it really is a very cumbersome process for us to try and figure out how to do this. And we were in the process of trying to get answers to some questions, and we got this letter. Okay. And so we're needing some help. The liquor license is very, very important to us. We rent the hall, and when we go to the hall, we use the liquor license. The fellow that's been in charge of the liquor program at the Dante is a fellow named Frank Scala. He is staying on, at least temporarily, but we've got to figure out what it is that we have to do in order to meet the requirements. We obviously want to meet the requirements, we're willing to meet the requirements, but is there some way that we can, do we have to get 22 people? And then the directors change during the year too. So, somebody may be a director, somebody else resigns, somebody else comes in, that's
think
another
we could
$200 fee.
sit and have a conversation and figure out what's,
Okay, so I think if we could just do that, maybe sit down at a separate time, sit down and go over what it is that we need to do and how it is, what it is that we need to do in order for us to comply,
Okay.
we'd be more than happy to do that.
So why don't we
be
just
happy to do that.
continue this matter as it relates to Dante Aleghieri and give them time to sit down and meet with you and talk and try to help with the paperwork. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right, so
Yeah.
do you want me to make one motion as it relates to everyone, or are we going line by line, or do we?
I think it might be better line by line because they're all in a different place.
Okay. Did you have any other questions first? I'm sorry.
If we could do that sooner rather than later, because I'm actually leaving the country for 3 months, so I want
Oh.
to get this done before we leave at least. So I'm prepared to do it later on this week or.
Sure.
Okay. Shall I call you?
Absolutely.
All right. You have the contact. Could you just give me a number?
617. It's actually
It's on
on,
the
it's on
letter.
the, it's on the letter.
Oh, letter.
It's on the back, just ask for me.
She's Elizabeth.
614.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Just ask for me.
All right, great. I will call you tomorrow morning. And we'll
Yeah.
set something up for either Thursday or Friday.
Absolutely.
Does that work for you? Sir?
Yeah, that should be good.
Okay, great.
So before you leave, are there any members of the public that wish to be heard on this? Seeing none, any questions?
None.
Any questions? So I make a motion that we continue the disciplinary matter for Dante Aleghieri to give them time to meet with the executive director and go over the required paperwork. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Hello?
Hey, going to stay or?
Yep, you can start. Or you can scoot over, whichever you prefer.
How many directors do you have?
We have 5 directors and 3 officers.
If you could state your name for the record, please.
Sure, my name's Thomas A. Moore, Thomas A-M-O-R-E.
Thank you, Thomas.
And you're with?
Association Notre Dame.
And where are we at in terms of your paperwork?
So I did, I did get it submitted. I apologize to Executive Director Lint especially and to the Commission as a whole for, having to come in here. It was my fault. I didn't know the exact deadline, and as such, I didn't prioritize it correctly.
It's okay, but it's in?
But it is in.
What?
Checks.
So we're missing
So we
checks?
need the hearing and application, the hearing and application fee on the new application for the new officers and directors, and then $10 per query.
Okay, there was a $200 check in there.
That's for the ABCC.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't.
So that's all that we need.
Okay. And from what I understood, from what I could tell from the application, was that the query checks were only for shareholders, LLC members, and the like. That's what it looked like on the ABC, on the petition.
They're gonna ask for any officers and directors.
Okay, what I'll do is, if it's okay, I'll maybe either call you or
Call
send
me
you an
tomorrow.
email tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay.
Any questions? Any questions? Are there any members of the public that wish to be heard in this? Seeing none, I make a motion that we place the matter on file contingent upon receiving payment for the hearing fee and the queries. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. You're all set. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Bramante.
And last but not least,
Good evening.
How we going?
and then this one that's not here, that is an issue. No, the Elks, the felonies.
Felonies. So they got a letter and did not show up?
Yeah. Felonies.
Right, so we'll go back to that one. Good evening.
Hey, look,
Good. If you could both please state your name for the record, spelling your first name and last name, please.
Jaime Silva, Jaime Manuel Carreiro, Manuel
MANU?
Uel Carreiro, Carreiro.
And where are you from?
Philharmonica, Sant.
I didn't even hear that.
Philharmonica, Sant.
And what paperwork are we missing from them this one?
We
they're working on it.
apologize, we gotta get confused on this one. I fixed the list last year, I put it to here because it says on this letter to either mail or fax it, and I faxed the number to this office.
I can,
And then, let us,
so when, in the beginning of, at the end of last year, you may recall, we were asking for them to submit to us all their current officers and directors. And then
Yes.
we matched up with what the Secretary of State had and what we had in our files, and they were all out of date. So there was a lot of confusion where they felt that having sent in the list was all they needed to do, not understanding that they needed to actually apply for new officers and directors.
Okay.
and we not change from last year to this year.
But the Secretary of State's office still needs to be updated.
It needs to be
That's,
updated.
and for 3 days I tried to look into that. What
We
form
went on the website and
so
everything
much.
else.
Okay,
It's
call me, and
confusion.
we'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
if you can give us that.
That's why I talked to you yesterday,
Yeah.
we still can't figure it out.
Okay.
I'd like to come down and sit down with you, just.
Yes, and we'll pull out the file, and
Yes.
I'll show you what we have
Yes.
compared to what
Yes.
you now have, and it's very different.
Okay.
Because the clubs have been around for so long.
Right.
Yeah, we have the election coming up next year too, so we'll have to change it again.
Yes.
If it changes. If it
But
changes.
we don't change it for 4 years.
Yeah,
The same
Yeah.
boards and actually,
yeah.
my position is probably
It's
2
been-
years.
yeah,
It's
so-
something the president.
Okay.
It's a little bit.
Where is Philharmonica located?
Yeah,
575
575
King
King
Street.
Street.
We'll just go through the files.
Yes, please.
Okay, so are there any members of the public that wish to be heard in this matter? Seeing none, I'm going to make a motion that we continue this matter to get them time to work with the executive director to go over the paperwork. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, so make sure you contact Ms.
I will.
Mahoney.
Anytime this week or I'll call you?
Just call me and we'll figure out a good
I'll
time.
call you tomorrow.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good
Thank
night.
you. Have a good night.
All right.
And obviously, no one from Lord Hobo was here.
And they received notice of the grant this
Absolutely.
evening. Just to the side, so if you're at Sears, and then you go up, is if you're going toward,
Oh, so where the East Cambridge Savings Bank was? Or is? Not the building?
yeah, I think so, because I looked on the Google Maps. The empty retail space down in the bottom. All right, so,
Ratifications.
okay.
Just two. Refinance of medallions 122 and 211. Paperwork is all in order.
I make a motion that we accept the ratifications for the two medallions, 122 and the 211. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. So I'm going to assume that Lord Hobo was not showing up. So there's two different ones. So there's a Lord Hobo on
Hampshire.
So this is almost like this is a second location for them.
So they're already in business?
They're already in
But not
business,
there.
but not in now Harbor.
So are they gonna be moving or opening up first?
Opening up the second location, which is my understanding. So I just assumed that we can contact them and put them on, yeah, we'll have to do July. Okay. Any other business? Seeing none, I make a motion that we adjourn at 6:45 PM. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Yes.
You sound horrible. It's getting worse.
First group of people. Yeah, he didn't have much of a sense of humor, so. How long were you on the trip? Okay, son? Just you and the fire?
Yep.